and welcome to Racing Vtuber Rundown, your weekly podcast for all things Racing Vtuber news and events. You can tell it's been a while since I've done this. I'm Kaito NASA, and we've got another returning guest, and a lot's changed since she's been on. Welcome back, Ruby.
Hello. Yeah, I'm happy to be here again. Yeah, you're right. I think it's an understatement. A lot has changed, and for the better, actually.
Yeah, I noticed, spoiler alert on one of those, you are now a part of a professional team.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest news that's happened throughout the few months that have gone by. Indeed, I am a part of Simracing Racing now, their esports team, as of, I believe, November or October, actually. Somewhere between those 2 months, I announced that I was moving teams from Queen's Design over to Simracing Racing, and it was all only really possible because of all the training that Enora and Mia helped me at Queen's Design. It helped me prepare for this moment, and I decided it was time for the next step for my esports career, I guess, and here I am now at STR.
What's it been like to be on STR, especially as like a VTuber? Because you don't really see a lot of like VTubers join like professional teams, or if like on the esports side, like the only other one I can think of is like Vienna, but they weren't even like competing in the esports scene. They were, just part of an organization. So what's it like to like be a part of the Simracing esports team?
Yeah, honestly, that was probably one of the first, I don't want to say issues, but probably one of the first, worries that I had when joining the team. When I was talking with a few people that manage the team, I brought up the thing that, oh yeah, like, in case that, that I do make it in, that you do consider me, and I join the team, is it okay that a lot of how I'm represented is via my VTuber personality instead of a professional professional identity? Because you see on a lot of these sim racing esports teams, everybody uses their real name, their real face, and they did that too with Queen's Design for a moment until I went to becoming a VTuber, because I thought it was more fun, and it really has rejuvenated my streaming, and I'm really been on a roll on that. But before I go on a tangent, yeah, I was really worried about it, and I brought it up like, hey, like, is this going to be a problem? Like, do I need to use my real name, like, and everything? And Cameron, one of the managers, or one of the people that manage it, said, all right, let me check with Sam first. And then I guess he talked with Sam, and he came back saying, like, it's all okay. Like, she knows what they are. Like, you're fine. Like, you're completely fine. You could keep doing what you're doing. And I was so happy, like, because I don't know, like, it's one thing to, I don't know, be trying to be a woman in sim racing, but it's another one to, in general, just to be, a VTuber as well. Like, I know it's not as huge as being a woman or whatever. Like VTuber, like the VTubers are the most oppressed kind in the world. No, but like, I just thought that would be really interesting to bring into the team, and especially with how I've been progressing, like pace wise and everything, like, because. I don't want to put everybody else down, but like, it's not very often you see like VTubers on a professional level. Like, I know there's a Midnight who's on my level, and sometimes above it, because she's just cracked sometimes. I'm trying to remember who else is pretty good. Yeah, like, so I thought that would probably be like an interesting combo to bring in, like. And they were completely cool with it. Like, they were 100%. In fact, they wanted to lean into it. They want me to do, watch-alongs with my VTuber personality, and they want me to, like, collab and stuff. I already collabed with Cameron during the production car challenge race, and it was a lot of fun. I was a bit unhinged, but I learned that I fit it in because everybody else on the team was a little bit unhinged as well. We're just all it's just all kind of cursed, but it's been really great, and yeah, like, I cannot believe how fast I fit in, because like, I thought I was gonna stick out like a sore thumb,
Right?
but like, immediately everybody just welcomed me in, and it's been so cool. And I don't know if I think everybody's already seen, but the first race I did with STR officially, the Britcar 24, we won that, like, and that was my first race with STR, and to cap it off with like a victory for my first race with my new team. I think I knew it from the start, like, yeah, this is gonna work out, and yeah, pretty much like things have been working out. Like I've been finding a lot of success with this team actually.
That's awesome. And I'm glad that like they leaned into it. It's funny you mentioned the unhinged because I was like, oh man, VTubers are known to be unhinged. How's that going to work with a professional esports sim racing team? So I'm glad that it worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everybody else is pretty unhinged too on the team. So I mean, I had to fit in by being unhinged as well. So no, I mean it's been pretty cool. Like at first, like I was pretty nervous about the whole thing, and I didn't want to be seen unprofessional. But they even let me change my name on iRacing to represent my brand, and like yeah, like it's been pretty cool. Yeah, so pretty much you can find me on iRacing. It's officially Ruby Nekomata. Like I race under that name, and it's what I'm referred to on the STR socials, and what they, you know, when they list off their drivers, that's how they refer to me. This is by my VTuber name, which is really cool. And I hope that it helps me grow a lot, and especially this upcoming Saturday, or tomorrow, I should say.
As of the recording.
Yes, as of this recording. So Saturday, the 15th of February, is the first round of the Majors Endurance Series for 2025. I'm racing for obviously STR in the GT3 class. I'll be streaming on the official Samantha Tan Racing Twitch channel with, you know, as me, like as Ruby Nekomata. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see a VTuber. We'll see how the audience. I think the audience really like it. Will like it. I already had a few fans tell me that they enjoy my streams. Like,
that's good.
So it's I want to bring something different, and you know, this is pretty much perfect for the occasion.
Oh, absolutely. What's it like basically being an ambassador on the pro level for like the VTuber community?
I'll tell you straight up, there's a lot of pressure. Like because I hear a lot of people say that they look up to me, and how like whenever I go, you know, talk to other people, talk to other communities, they say they tell me, oh, like, oh my gosh, you're that one VTuber, that one person who's on Samantha Tan Racing, and then like, oh my gosh, like I'm so jealous, like that's so cool. I'm like, yeah, and like every time I race, I'm like, okay, now I need to like hold up, you know, I need to hold up my image. I need to like keep being fast for these people, but like, you know, it's been kind of surreal because I just kind of started from like absolutely nowhere. Like I just kind of I kind of was a nobody in this community, and the way the rate that people have accepted me has been really amazing, and especially considering that I'm kind of a tryhard. Like you would think that some people would be like,
the Sven like, saga begins.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been on my Sven saga for a while now. It's been getting worse ever since I joined STR, so I'm very sorry. But yeah, it's, you know, it's been really really nice. It's so nice hearing all these kind words from others, like about how, you know, I inspire them, and how, you know, how cool it is to see a VTuber in a pro team. And it's like, you know, I never really sit down and think about it, but when I do, it's like, that's kind of crazy. Because there's only really a few, like, VTubers that I know who are part of professional teams. In fact, I think there's only Sodamuto, who's part of Williams, who's a VTuber on the side. So, like, only really, I think he's the only one that is actually, like, a VTuber, and, like, that's, like, a separate identity. So, for me, having these, like, two, like, so having a VTuber in both, like, in the VTubing side and on the professional esports side, like that's something that's like kind of like a niche I want to feel. Like that's exactly the niche that I want to feel, that I want to fill, and we'll see what happens throughout the next year or so.
I'm excited, and like you said, you started off with a win. You can't get any better in a debut than that, honestly.
Yeah, Britcar was really interesting because I was really nervous about my pace, especially coming to iRacing where I'm not very familiar with. Like I played it a lot in the past, but I've been getting more into ACC, so it's like been years since I've ever like actually mained the game. And I've always really struggled with pace in there, so I was really nervous if I was really nervous if I would be really off the pace. because especially considering like I'm like at like 1,000 and 1,500 air rating off from my teammates at the time. Now the deficit is a bit less. Now I'm like maybe like 500, and but
You can't be any worse than me when it comes to pace and iRacing, though. I'm very bad.
I was very nervous. Like I was like ready to be the anchor, but then I think throughout the race during my stints, I was still like the fastest car on track for most of the time. There was one other car that was really quick, but
Mhm.
other than that, like we were consistently across our whole team. I think we were like the fastest on average for each driver. Like we were the most well-rounded, especially in the rain when that came. Britcar was really insane. We had a lot of preparation for the dry and a lot of preparation for the wet because we knew it was going to be a factor,
Mhm.
and it really was a factor, especially in the end. And we had a lot to do. We had a lot to juggle with strategy wise, and also just game like technicalities wise. We had like a few game bugs and a few communication errors or a few communication bugs. But it all just came together in the final hour when a couple of cars ahead of us, one pretty much had a penalty from squeezing us, or um, they raced us and they hit us, I think, and they got a penalty. And another during like a really wet part of the race, they made a mistake and they crashed like twice actually because he had one fast repair in that race.
Mhm.
They used their one fast repair and they got back out, and then they made another mistake, and so it kind of fell in our hands. But it was just such a hectic race, and it's actually one of my favorite races that I've done ever. It's like just that first time win, like with the team being like on my first race, especially during such a tough race. Like 24 hours is insane.
Oh, absolutely. Now, like, because words. You're not the only one messing words up today. It's me too. But moving from primarily ACC and doing more iRacing stuff, how has like that adjustment been, and especially on like the wet side of things? Because I know in ACC you still use the preferred racing line. You don't. There's not like a separate wet line like there is in iRacing. So how was that adjustment period for you?
Well, it's not completely too different, I say, from the dry line and wet line. Like maybe when it gets really wet and there's a lot of rubber on the track, but I was really surprised how much you don't really need to deviate from the dry line, especially at Silverstone, where a lot of the time it was just a time loss. Like you just kind of had to deal with the slipperiness a bit. Under braking is where you could use a bit of the wet line,
Mm.
but for a lot of the time, I think it's because it wasn't really raining that hard, or there wasn't enough wetness on the track to really be a factor. It wasn't as different as I thought, but it's definitely a lot more punishing. I will say that it's been a lot more punishing in the wet. As for everything else about iRacing, I think I struggled a bit with adapting at first, especially with GT3 cars, because on ACC you drive them in a really specific way, and iRacing you drive them in a completely different manner. But
Right.
I've been starting to get a bit of knowledge from my teammates, and I've been starting to get used to it, get a bit of the muscle memory going in again, and sort of having that knowledge at the back of my mind. It's been a lot easier now. I still can't. I'm still not completely 100%. I feel on my pace on iRacing. I feel like I'm still not super confident yet. Like I feel like I still haven't cracked the code because it's the way that you brake. Braking in iRacing is really punishing because you can't just go full like 100% brake, or else you'll like sort of understeer and like you'll heat up the tires because infamously in iRacing the tires are very sensitive to heat.
Right.
So you have to be you have to be not too exact on the brake, but you need to know that you can't like
You
punch,
can't
they can't like
you
stop.
can't mash it like an ACC.
Yeah, and the way that you turn in, the way you use the brakes to rotate is different. So I've been having to train myself every time I switch sims to sort of like get a few laps to sort of adapt myself to it, and then once I'm ready, I can start pushing. But it's been getting better, and it's been becoming more natural to me. I think just the thing in general, why I feel like I'm struggling is because the competition in iRacing is so much closer because there's just so many more members.
Mm.
So like every time I do a race, the field is so tight knit that any little mistake will drop you like 2 or 3 spots instead of ACC where it's like one, or maybe you're able to hang on. It's just the competition on iRacing is just insane. But I've been trying to hold my own.
You make me want to try and do more iRacing stuff when you say that. But, my PC is dying, for lack of a better word.
Oh my god.
Because I cannot. I like I'm assuming this race tomorrow is going to be on iRacing, right?
Yes, it's on iRacing.
Yeah, I can't do iRacing and stream at the same time. I can't even have iRacing and iOverlays on at the same time. Otherwise, my CPU usage skyrockets and my PC wants to catch fire.
Yeah, I've had a few issues with that, especially with VTuber capturing and iRacing, and also I use a bit of telemetry to help with strategy. So I have stuff on the side and the back of that, so it gets pretty intensive, especially during Daytona. That was really a nightmare. But yeah, it's super intensive. But I've sort of found out ways to go around it. So hopefully tomorrow it holds up.
Have you thought about?
Sure, yeah.
Have you thought about doing a 2 PC setup?
When I have the budget, maybe. I mean,
I completely understand that point of view.
I mean, I would love to have, you know, a 2 PC setup. Like, I would completely like eliminate a lot of this, but yeah, unfortunately, I just have to deal with what it is. And thankfully it's worked. So I've been, yeah, it's I'd say the transition from streaming ACC to iRacing has been a little rocky as well, but it's actually, you know, I'm getting the hang of it, and on all fronts really.
Now you still compete in Vtracc. How's that been since, you know, being a part of STR and then kind of using what you've learned from STR to apply to like Vtracc?
Yeah, I actually use a lot of the experience I had beforehand, and then I add on maybe a bit of setup knowledge. I add in a bit of, you know, data that I get, and I'm able to apply that to Vtracc. And Vtracc is sort of like my experimental series. I want to say it helps me experiment with a few things. It helps me sort of keep sharp, at least in ACC and just in general. Like, because I always want to have a race every week. I want to make sure that I have something to practice for. And I basically, for Vtracc, I want to sort of have a bit of like, how do I say this? Like a bit of professional representation of Vtracc, because I also want to help the series a lot. Because if I have like an STR car in Vtracc, then that'll probably help, you know, give it more traction. Get it? in the sim racing world, and hopefully others VTubers see it. And I think it's been working. Like I think while I was there, I think I've started to get a bit of like competition, especially from Hurricane. Like who I said before, it was a bit of a close rival as well, like you said before. Like now she's actually a pretty close rival because she's been getting a lot better, like over time. So we're getting closer and closer. So it's also just it's just, and also I just do it for fun because I really just enjoy the series and I really just enjoy racing with other VTubers.
All right, I got a question because it's Valentine's Day while we're recording this. Have you seen the Samantha Tan Racing Twitter?
Yes, actually, somebody asked me if I had inputted them, and I said no. I did not. I did not have any input on those on those cards. I don't know who made them. I think from what I've seen from Sam is so nice, but she's also a bit unhinged, so I feel like that's maybe a bit of her idea there as well.
I'm like reading some of these, and I'm like, hey, yo.
Yeah,
on a professional racing team Twitter, hey yo.
That's just kind of our philosophy. Like we just like to have fun a lot. Like we don't want to be so stuffy, because I think even compared to other professional esports teams, we're not like super even other teams in general, like real life, like we're not super stuffy. We're not like arms crossed, you know, like a scowl and look on our face, like literally
the professional esports like broadcast stereotypical arms crossed, staring at the camera like you're mad.
Yeah, I mean they literally have a VTuber thumbnail on that they're preparing for the drivers, like on their list of drivers, so it's pretty hilarious.
That's amazing.
but yeah, that's just kind of how we roll, and it's been a lot of fun. You know, I was nervous that I was going to be kind of stuffy, and like anything I would say like would be a mistake or whatever. Like, oh, I need to be so professional. But I've been able to get away with some of the sussiest stuff ever, and it's been completely fine. Like nobody bats an eye. In fact, other people on the team have said much worse, and I'm like, okay.
What?
Yeah, it's really. I mean, I don't know what people think when they think of like me being on the scene. Like if they think it's like super duper serious, but it's so chilled out and like and actually unhinged. Like it's cursed a bit.
I'm gonna say it has been extremely fun to watch the or not watch, but to follow the Samantha Tan Racing Twitter, because I'm like, I don't know what I'm getting.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my gosh.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised you didn't have any input on these cards, because like some of these I can imagine you would come up with.
No, I know that a friend has already told me, like a couple of friends already came up to me and said like did you do these? Like no, like literally I did not. Like I didn't even know that these were a thing until like these were brought up. And you know, some of these say like my car isn't the only thing getting filled tonight. Like what?
No, I've got one. I gotta read it because it's just it's just too good. Are you turn 1 because I want to send it down the inside?
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Oh,
Yeah, it's in the reply. It's in the reply to that first tweet. It's so
no
good.
way.
It's so good.
Curves aren't the only thing I want to write on tonight. What the hell? Yeah, that's basically how we roll. We are serious when we want to be. So when we're on the track, we want to be super serious, but off the track, we are super chill, and that's what I want to be as well. I want to be super chill off the track because yeah, that's just basically how you get fans. Like if you're just like saying that, oh, there's a race coming up, I hope you watch it, and you know, P1 today was a great result. Like, you know, it doesn't give you like it doesn't give you something to look for. And it's not something to look forward to, but like somebody to root for, as opposed to me like just, you know, shooting the crap with some like really stupid stuff,
Right.
and like always posting and like posting just what I think, and always just posting like just literally just using it as my personal account and just, you know, just being myself.
It's like it's like the older generation NASCAR drivers versus NASCAR drivers today. Kind of, because like the modern NASCAR era, all of the drivers are like cookie cutter, and you know their PR responses on like online or during press conferences, whereas like the old era of NASCAR, everyone was like banging elbows with each other and talking mad crap about each other off the track. So like their own personality shined, and like that's amazing to see that like you guys are kind of bringing that back in a way. Because I know a lot of teams are like, oh, we got to be super professional because we're a professional team. And I'm sorry if my voice is going out. I've been dealing with that for the past like 2 weeks.
That's okay. Yeah, I think I do understand, because a lot of these sponsors on these other teams are very like, I don't want to say strict, but they're very expectant. And also it's very hard to get sponsors from like, it's very hard to get sponsors from an esports team in general, but thankfully since we're connected with a real life team, like it helps us just be a bit more free flowing, especially since Sam is at the front of it. Like a lot of her exposure, a lot of her you know, a lot of her popularity really helps us. So we're pretty lucky in which we get to like sort of be a bit more loose compared to other teams. But when it's go time, when it's serious, like we definitely we lock in, as they say.
It's time to lock in.
Exactly. So yeah, it's been pretty cool actually being part of Samantha Tan Racing. I'm pretty lucky, and I really cannot wait to see where this takes me, because I'm very excited for what's coming in the future, as one would say, like stereotypically. But I'm actually really excited about the future.
Do you find that like the fact that you're allowed to be kind of unhinged when you're off the track, and then like yeah, you separate the like on track, you're locked in, you're focused, you're serious, but then like when you're not racing, when you're off the track, you can kind of unwind. Have you found that that's kind of like helped with like a mental balance with everything? Like especially with being on like a pro team, like having that freedom to be yourself and not have to seem professional all the time, but then like being able to distinct between, okay, this is what I need to be like on the track while I'm racing. I know what I need to do. And then, being able to decompress, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off because I don't have to also consider what I'm doing outside of like racing. So, and especially being allowed to be a VTuber definitely helps because being with the stream really calms me down, and being with seeing all my viewers and everything and my followers, that really helps me a lot. So it's been such a huge help, and it's just helped me like mentality wise. So yeah, it's been really beneficial actually.
Another big thing that's happened since the last time you were on, um, 400 followers on Twitch.
Yeah,
How's that been?
it's been amazing. Like I don't even know. Like I mean, it sort of didn't register. Doesn't really register even me for me for now. Like I'm really thankful for 400 followers. Like that's quite a bit. Like and I started streaming like back in like 2022 for when I started out with Queen Design, when I was before I was even a VTuber. I think I had like under like 100 followers. And so like but even then like I didn't really start gaining traction until like I started VTubing. And like just the amount, I mean, I could have never expected it to like turn out like this because I never thought that I was really good with other people or even just being on stream. I always thought I was a bit cringe and I was just, very awkward, and then I thought that I couldn't, speak to people and that nobody would really understand me, but like I've gained like a few loyal followers and a lot of people who support me, and that's been really like really cool to me. Like and sometimes I never really sort of sit down to think about it. But now that like I sort of realize it, like it's honestly pretty cool that I've got to this point, and I want to aim even higher. Like I want to go even further, and like it sounds pretty greedy for me, but like I want to see how much further I could take this because this is something I'm really passionate about. I really want to share sim racing with others. I want to share my passion for racing, and also I don't want to. I want to help racing VTubers in a way. I want to help sim racing VTubers, honestly, because there's not a lot of sim racing VTubers out there, and I really want to help them, gain that traction. And so, yeah, I really want to do my best to help this community because they've given so much to me already, so I want to give back.
Right. You're right. There's not a whole lot of sim racing VTubers. I mean, there's enough to, have like a dedicated clips channel and have a dedicated wiki too.
Yeah,
But you're right in the sense that you don't really see a lot. And like you have to be like active in the algorithm. Like you have to already be in like the racing VTuber algorithm to get that recommended to you, especially on
yeah,
Twitch.
yeah. That's why I was. I think I've told. I don't know if I talked about this actually, but yeah, that's why I was a bit disappointed why that whole live ACC thing didn't work out the way that it was planned to. I
Yeah,
hope
that
it
was a
actually.
thing that was
Yeah.
happening like right after the episode that you were on before.
Yeah, I was really bummed out that it happened. Like they still did it, like they still did time trials, but it's not the same, and I don't think it would have been as impactful as if it actually worked out. Curse you, Kunos, and your servers. But like, yeah, like I just really want to try my best to sort of bring it into like I don't know, I don't want to say the mainstream, but I guess just bring more eyes to it for more VTuber fans to see like, that sim racing is cool and that like, because a lot of people don't know that this sort of thing sort of exists.
Hmm.
And so I want to bring that to the forefront. And there's always people I always see people asking like, oh my gosh, they have sim racing VTubers, VTubers that play iRacing and stuff, and it's like, yeah, like I'm right here. Like I wanna boost that. I wanna help, I wanna help the community. And so I think hopefully that being with STR helps. I hope that appearing on their official Twitch channel, hopefully appearing, on their social media helps. And um, I'm just really trying my best, and I really, I don't know, I'm just really nervous because I just have so much to. I feel like everybody's rooting for me, and I feel so nervous. But also I want to give back. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, I keep saying this because I feel like I realize now um that like I've grown so quickly like in this space like especially from being like a relative outsider in the community to just bursting onto the scene immediately, and like everybody's really just welcoming me with like open arms. And now like I've become like everywhere I go in the community, like everybody recognizes me, and like I inspire them, and I've inspired others to become VTubers. And so like it makes me feel like, oh wow, like this community is really given a lot to me, like this like because I don't know, like for me to just come onto the scene and then like I feel like a little bit like sometimes I feel like maybe I'm being a bit too showy when I say like, oh, like I'm a professional, like I'm on a professional sim racing team being a VTuber. It's like I don't know, like I don't know how to put this. I just feel like this community is giving me so much, like especially just on the exposure level. Because I don't know if I would have been able to get an STR like without being. It's funny because I don't know if I'd be able to get an STR without being a VTuber, which is weird to say, but like it's just that amount of like of exposure that helped me get here. So it's just, and also, not only that, but it's I also have a lot to give thanks to Anor and everybody at Queen's Design for training me into this because like it's been like I've been a part of their team for so many years. Well, I shouldn't say so many because it's only been like 2 or 3 or 2.5 or two and I don't know how many. But like it's been a while. I mean, people don't really stay in esports teams for a while, and especially like training me for that long, like without any like anything like without anything like to return in favor, like without asking for me anything back from me, like except to just do my best. Like that's it's you know I'm so thankful for Inor like, and I was really emotional when I said that I wanted to move on because you know I felt like I wanted to challenge myself more. I wanted to get myself in a new environment. I wanted to see, you know, how far I could take this, how far I could take streaming, and how far I could take my sim racing career. How far can I take this on a professional level? Like, how far will my skill level, like, how far will my, you know, like everything that I've been taught, like, how will it apply in a professional setting? And I really wanted to prove to Honora that, like, you know, her program worked because there was a lot of doubt doubt within herself that if Queen Design was actually working because there's a lot of there's been even less representation I want to say like in terms of LGBTQ plus people in sim racing, at least that's what she told me. And like she felt like she wasn't doing enough to expose the world to the sim racing world to this sort of side. And the thing is that like I think that already like her sort of getting me to a level enough that I can go to a professional team. Like I feel like that already speaks dividends to how much she's done for for her own cause. Because like 3 4 years ago, like I would have never been like I wasn't even like a blip on the scene. Like nobody knew my name. Like nobody like I wasn't even like close to my current pace right now. I want to say I was like 3 4 seconds off. Like I was, a complete nobody. And so for her to like just get me onto a pro, get me to the point where she can get me on a pro level team, like in so little time, like I think that speaks to her like commitment and just to her talent as not only a driver but a team manager as well. So much so, I can't. I gotta thank her so much for what she's done to me, what she's done for me, and now we have two new people at Quiz Design. One that you're very familiar with, who is also another racing VTuber.
Yeah, Asa's on the Queen's Design team.
Yeah, we one catgirl leaves and we replace her with another catgirl.
I mean, the joke with Technoburst is that it's slowly being taken over by Catboy. So
yeah, like and the thing is, it's funny because I see a lot of myself in her actually. It's like she's at that point where she's starting to like sort of like absorb a lot of this information that I give her. She's starting to like learn a lot like from this. How should I put this actually? Let me start over at my point. Like I've been coaching her for a little while, Ganor, and I've been coaching her, and like a lot of the stuff that I've learned from Ganor, now I'm passing down to Asa, and it's kind of crazy how much how crazy how similar we both are, Asa and I. especially when we were growing into these like growing in terms of our skill level. Like she's starting to, you know, like figure out things the same way that I do. She's starting to figure out the same tracks. Like she's starting to have her own like. It's just kind of, I think the whole thing is that it's kind of crazy to see it from like another perspective, to see like this growth. And like obviously when I was being trained over the few years that I was on Queen Design, like I can only really see myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can only really see like what was going on from my perspective. But now seeing it from an outsider's perspective, or not, well, from an outside perspective, looking at somebody who's getting coached, like it's kind of surreal to see somebody get like faster and faster and faster over time. And also, it really made me realize like how hard I've been on myself, especially when I was training, because like I'm really hard on myself. Like you know me, that I'm super hard on myself. I think everybody knows that like I really push myself to the limit all the time, especially when sim racing, especially when trying to learn a few things. So, you know, to see her like kick herself over like what she thinks is a bad result, and then when I see like I compare that result with the result from before. It's like, wait, like why are you pissed off at yourself? Like this is a really good result. Like you've improved a ton. But
Honestly,
then I sort of
honestly, I think a lot of us do that though. Like, I know I'm guilty of it a lot. I'm very much guilty of it. So much so that like a lot of the Technoverse guys are like, "Hey, no, look, Kaito, your pace is like getting really up there," and I'm like, "Yeah, but my results suck."
And that's the thing, though. It's funny because it sucks in relative to how you think you should have done. But then, like, from my perspective, it's like, wait, like, what is she going on about? Like, this is great. Like, this is like amazing. And I guess I didn't really see that part of it until I started coaching people like myself.
Mhm.
And and just in general about coaching, it's just a lot of fun to do it. Like, it's just so fun to see people like growing.
I know I'm still like new to sim racing pretty much because like I've been doing it for almost a year at this point, but I've been kind of feeling the same way, kind of, because I was giving Kat pointers when Kat first started joining like Vtracc.
Hmm.
Because like there was like the one practice right before the race at Spa, and I got behind Kat, and Kat got super nervous and was wrecking, and I was like, "Hey, Kat, if you want, you can hop into a VC with me real quick, and we can, talk about, try to stay on your line. If I'm faster, I'll find a way around you. You don't have to worry about, trying to change anything for me. It's best if you just stay on your line,
Yeah.
So it's like taking those things that you've learned. It's like like in movies and stuff when you see the when the main character like at the end of the movie becomes the instructor for the next class, and it like has like that, like you see one of the students, and like the main character sees like a younger version of themselves, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, it's been kind of happening to me, honestly. Yeah, that's actually a really good analogy, honestly. Like that's exactly what I'm going through right now, and it's really surreal. Like it's like I've started. It's like, I don't know. It's really insane that, to me, like now that I think about it, I just started from nothing, and now like all of a sudden I have so much knowledge to share to people that like I would have wished that I would have. I don't know, that I wish that somebody would have shared with me like a handful of years back. And it's pretty much now it's just every time somebody comes up to me, like I'm happy to give them help. Like I know I've helped Renai with some stuff. I helped her with Imola. I've helped Jordan with some Imola track tips, and also helped him with the setup. And he won in the rider at Imola, which is amazing. Like
It's incredible.
Like I always thought that he was super quick, and I thought he was like really had the potential to be quick, especially since oh, it was like way back before I was even being a VTuber. Actually, I think it was during what is still called IVGTC. I think it was season 6 when I teamed up with Reska.
Mm.
Imola, same track. So okay, I'm gonna go on a big tangent, but this is sort of related. It's kind of, I don't know.
I mean, welcome to RVR, where we go on tangents all the time anyways. It's all good.
Yeah. So okay. So this is like a long time. I don't know if this is 2022 or 20. I think it was 2023. So Ruska and I, we were teamed up basically Queen's Design X Who Wants a Soda because it was his VTuber thing. I don't know if Mariah was a thing. I forget if Mariah was a thing before. I think it wasn't yet.
I think it was Koneko at the time.
Yeah, so it was Kaneko. So we teamed up for season 6 of IVGTC, and Reska. I always insist that Reska won round 1 at Olton Park, but he's always telling me like, no, 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 you won because I got a penalty. But I always thought the penalty was, but that's whatever. So we had a pretty good season, and so coming into Imola, I had insane pace. Like I was ahead of oh, excuse me. I got a message. Okay,
Uh-oh.
no, that's yeah, okay, it's all good. So I was ahead of the field by quite a bit. I was ahead of back when X Ring were called UMA.
Mm.
I forgot what they're called. I think it was called UMA or
I
whatever.
think it was like Motorsports or something.
Okay, so yeah, I was ahead of one of their other drivers. I think because they still had the wingman system. So I think it was Wei How You. They were not a VTuber, so I think they were teamed up with another VTuber because that's how it worked at the time. Because obviously, me being with Reska, this was before I even became anything of the sort. Um, so then, coming to the start, I remember getting taken out immediately by Wei How You. I talked about it with Wei How You because I'm already in the X-Ring group chat. And it's all fun and games now. We laugh back at it. But I was so pissed off. Like I was fuming. Like and I went all the way to the back, like to last place, like dead last.
Mm.
And so I had to like claw my way through the field like one by one, passing cars left and right, dodging wrecks and all of this. And this was back when IVGTC or Vtracc now as it's called had like 30 plus car grids.
Oh
So
God.
so being at the back of the pack, that's a huge climb. And so I remember I think it was mid pack. I think it was maybe like just outside the top 10 where I started coming up on Jordan when he was in the Lexus. This was the Jordan Lexus arc.
Oh
So
yes, the Lexus arc.
And so he was the one car that I struggled getting past because every other car, every other driver, I just shot past. Like I was able to just outsmart them exit. But Jordan, he was as wide as a truck. He was super. He had a mega dumpy in that Lexus. I could not get past him at all. Like I was faster than him. Like on each like on outside of the corners, into the corners, out of the corners. But he placed that card so well. Like I just couldn't get past it. We battled for like 2 laps. I was side by side. He was able to keep like the optimum line. And I think it only happened. I think the only reason I got past is because he made a mistake coming into Tamburello. He overcooked it, and I was finally able to get around him.
Is this partially
Or
where he gets the nickname the Scottish Minister of Defense?
pretty much because he held me off for quite a while, and like it was. I think the broadcast caught it because I was just cutting my way through the pack. Like I was just like making quick work. But Jordan was the one that gave me the most trouble, and I was like, why Jordan? Like why is this guy like being so hard to pass? And then now I realize now that he's the Scottish Minister of Defense, pretty much. And and now like we always joke about that race. Like that's I remember that after that race, like I remember him saying that his respect for me like shot up instantly because like that was like the cleanest race like he's had of like somebody like a pro driver or whatever. Cause and like and then we became like friends after that, and then we decided, and then after a few years or a few months, I don't know, Mirai formed, and I joined as a part of it. And we always thought about making our own team. And this season for VTrack, we did, because now I'm not part of Queen's Design anymore. So like, or Pan Formula, like I did that last season. Like that was my final season with them, 3 seasons in a row. So the longest tenure of any Vtracc or any tracc.eu team, I feel like. But actually 4 seasons. Yeah, I feel like it was longer. Okay, so even longer than that. Um, so yeah, I was pretty much free to do whatever I wanted, and I was like, okay, Jordan, let's team up. And then coming to Imola, I was like, oh yeah, like you gotta show off you're the Scottish Minister of Defense, and you gotta win here. Like this is where we both like had our moments, and pretty much to make a long story short, we won but we swept both classes. The brunch club swept both classes, and like it was amazing. And he donated to so many charities. It was pretty cool.
I know he donated during this last race. He donated to I think it was like cancer research in the UK, I think.
Yeah, he donated to Mermaids as well, which is a trans organization in the UK, and he also donated to I believe, a food bank in LA because of the fires here.
Mm.
I know that a lot of people worried about my safety, and it was really nice of them. But I was pretty far away, but still, like, it was really scary to see that happening, near me. Like, and it happened pretty close too, especially when the fires got pretty close to Hollywood.
Right.
They got pretty close to Sunset Boulevard, like right in the middle of Hollywood. So it became really real to me, like, and it like shook me.
I did want to ask, like, because I didn't know exactly where you were, but I knew you were kind of on the West Coast side, and I was like, I don't know if Ruby is over in California, but if they are, I'm kind of worried because I have another friend that's kind of close to that area. So I was just like, I wonder how they're doing. I hope they're okay. I hope everyone's okay over there.
I hope they're safe. I hope they were safe.
They were.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from the LA area, so like it didn't directly impact me because LA is pretty huge. Like I'm pretty much close. I'm pretty much like I'd say like 10 minutes away from Long Beach, so I was well out the way, but it was still like really it still really shook me because it was just all of the news, and like you can escape it because the air quality is really bad. And I always thought about maybe like donating to charity and doing so like stream. And so for Jordan to do that was pretty cool, especially to donate to a food bank, because I know a lot of people have lost their homes, and they don't have any, and they can't like go to work because like a lot of their workplace is probably burnt down, and a lot of the places where they usually get food, that's probably gone. So to donate to the food bank was really cool of him.
Mm. Is there any plans in the future for like a charity stream?
I've still been thinking about it. I don't know what I would do, but I think about it. I do think about it. So I don't know if I would be like a race of some sort, like a community race. I brought up with Samantha Tan Racing that that maybe it would be a cool idea to do a charity race with them, but I might do one myself, and I might see if I can invite some STR people and invite some VTubers, maybe like pro racers versus VTuber racers thing. So I don't know how possible that would be, but if not, then probably just a marathon.
Okay.
And I don't know. I thought about it though. I have thought about it.
It's one of those things where it's like you think about it, but it's like, how would I go about actually like implementing something, or not? I guess not implementing, but executing the ideas, right?
Yeah. Because also it takes a lot of preparation, especially if it's like a marathon. Like, so you need to like get a good free schedule, and I can't do that right now because I have majors endurance tomorrow. Well, as the time of recording, I have it tomorrow, and also the next week I have the Bathurst 12 hours, and also I have a lot of other little hobbies of communities that I have, and so it is also just a lot of like just energy, and also I help out with a group in person as well, help volunteer with that. So it's just finding the free time to do it, especially since like free time you want to do things that you do in your free time as well, so but I have thought about it. That has been an idea. But also, speaking of charity stuff, like I think I'm doing as well, I do want to announce to on this podcast actually that I am going back to Queen Design for one race. Actually, I am going to join Queen Design again, and not as a guest because I guess because they always told me that like I always have like a place in Queen's Design, and like I'm basically like their consultant or coach in a way now. Like I pretty much help run things as well, but I don't race for them anymore. But this is the one race I'm gonna do with them for this year. We'll see if anything else happens. But I am doing the Race for a Cause 24 hosted by Prismatic on April 19th in the LMP2 for Queen Design, and we're gonna have 6 drivers doing that, and that's gonna be for charity for I forget what, but I think it's an Irish LGBTQ charity.
Mhm.
So, and we've already donated to do our entry. So, and it's going to be a lineup of me, Honor Rose, Mia Rose, Asa. Asa's going to be there. April Carlsvard, who was a commentator alongside me for a lot of seasons for Vtracc Challenge, and a new person that we haven't really hasn't been really out on track, but she's been preparing. Haley Osorio has been we've been preparing her, and she's going to make her debut for that race. And just in case any one of these drivers cannot make it or cannot confirm their attendance for the race on it a couple of weeks before, we do have a very special guest joining us, and it's gonna surprise you. It's gonna be Midnight Hurricane. Midnight
Really?
Hurricane, yes, Midnight Hurricane's on reserve. Like, I've asked her if she wanted to join in, and she said, "Yeah, totally down." Like, she still like has to like figure out if it's like actually doable because it's still pretty far away.
Mm.
But Midnight Hurricane, potentially, if anything, like if anybody needs to drop out, like she will join us to make that six driver car. And so that actually transitions to what I want to talk about next. Is actually early January. I actually did a race with X Ring.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I saw a little bit of it, anyways. But yeah, that was something that I did not really expect. I was like, huh?
Yeah, everybody was surprised. Like, because I always talk with Midnight. Like, how cool would it be if we just joined together, like, to do something? Like, because people always see us as like the two fastest like VTubers or racers in Vtracc Challenge. Like,
The rivals of Vtracc.
pretty much. And we always talked about like how cool would it be if we ever teamed up to do a race together. And then the opportunity came up. She came up to me one day in Discord DMs and asked me if I wanted to do something, do a 24-hour race with X Ring, and it was the High Pole 24 Hours of Nürburgring. It's an annual Chinese Simracing event, and so already that was a really cool thing to do, especially since I don't think there was any foreigners in that race except for me. Like, I was the only international entry. Like,
Oh
like out of
wow!
every, actually no, Renai,
I was about to say
as well.
Renai.
Yes, Renai, who was on our GR86 team. So it was pretty much only Renai and I who were the only two international drivers in a field full of like Chinese and Hong Konger and others. And so like it was, and so like already I feel like a pretty big privilege to be invited and be like, accepted into it. It was pretty crazy seeing all these Chinese flags, all these Hong Kong flags, and then in the middle of it is the Mexican flag, which is pretty insane. But like, I was really and then I was really nervous about again how I would fit in, but everybody really accepted me with like open arms. Like they were pretty excited to have me on board, and that race was pretty interesting too. So we were so our official team name was X Ring XST Racing Esports because I didn't want to have branding on the car, so we had ST Racing branding on the car, STR branding,
Mm.
and it was a car consisting of Midnight, Yukari, who is a former Vtracc Challenge champion.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that. Like, she was one of the more dominant. She was one of the most dominant racers in the championship's history, and I was commentating during that, so it was cool to see her again, and especially be alongside. Like, that's such a that I don't know. I was pretty excited about that because it's like, wow, like all this pace. Like, imagine all this pace like formed together in Vtracc Challenge. Like, that would be insane.
Oh man, the
So,
pro field would just be insane.
and then we had maybe battery as well. And then, of course, I was there as well. So it was a 4-driver team. And the thing was is that we had a schedule pretty much ready. And then I got word that maybe Battery had to fly in from China to, I think, her second home in Canada, I think. So on the day, she landed like right on the day of the race. And so Yukari and I had to do was we both had the triple stint at the ring, which is like probably one of the most intensive things I've ever done in sim racing. And so Yukari did her triple stint, and then I did my triple stint. And what I did actually, what I recommended they do like in the middle of the race was I recommended them to save fuel, to go 9 laps, because usually everybody was going 8 laps. And so when I got in the car, I decided to take what I learned for Britcar, which was just a month or so ago. Actually, no, just a month ago. A lot from what I've learned from doing from STR into this race, and I decided to apply, the lift and coast strategies, apply these fuel saving strategies, and I think we surprised a lot of teams because all of a sudden we were like 10 seconds ahead of a car that we were like 2 seconds behind for my whole stint. And like all of a sudden, like everybody else like was like scrambling to figure out what the hell we were doing, because I was the only GT4 car at that time to be doing 9 laps. Like I was the only one like consistently doing 9 laps. Everybody else was pushing like going 8 laps or even 7 laps. And then it wasn't only until like later on that people started to like catch on that we were doing 9 laps and having the same pace. And so pretty much and so we had like such a head start. We had such a big like margin on them on Delta that like even when because Midnight Hurricane wasn't able to do 9 laps, she really struggled with fuel saving. And so even with that Delta, using up that Delta, like we still kept that gap. Like, and we used it up as much as we could. And actually, what happened was that I think we were second in class until maybe Battery had a few disconnects. Like she was struggling with a lot of internet issues. And obviously, there's nothing much that she can do about it. And the thing is that because of the way that we had her stints scheduled, she had to stay in the car for at least another hour and a half. Like we couldn't just say, okay, sort yourself out. Like it's okay. Like you've done your work already. We can just take it from here. Like she had to keep going. And so we had to just hold our breaths and just hope that she didn't disconnect again and again. And I think she disconnected twice. And so like it put us pretty much in range of 4th place. Like we were going to lose 3rd place at this rate. And we cut it so close to the minimum drive time for maybe Battery. So she put it in, and at the last moment, Midnight was like, I don't know if I could take this pressure, Ruby. I don't know if I'm the right person to take it to the end. Like, I don't know if I can trust myself. And like, I don't know, like, are you cool taking it to the end? I was like, and then I decided, yeah, like, don't worry, like, I'll do this, because I like at the time, like, I was always supposed to do like one more double stint after that, and then that's it. But I decided just to take it to the end on a 1.5 stint. And oh my gosh, that was the hardest I've ever pushed in a sim race by far, because the guy behind us was an SRO esports like driver, like legit, like insane on pace.
Oh dang!
So, and he caught us he caught us at an alarming rate, even when Midnight was in the car. And so she was like, "All right, you take it from here." And I was like, "Okay, like I gotta push, I gotta, and I also gotta be careful because some of the lapped cars were so hard to deal with. Like I remember, oh my gosh, like they would not let up in the corners, especially even when I got alongside them. Like they would fight for position, even though they were laps down. And I got so angry, but I had to keep my nerve. And also during the disconnects, like I had to keep the team together. Like I had to tell them, okay, let's calm down. Like Midnight was panicking, like oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Like this is a disaster. Like holy fuck. Like and I was like, okay, let's calm down. Let's try and figure out what we're gonna do. And don't worry about the gaps and how they're diminishing. Don't worry about the gaps right now. Like when Battery's in the car, I told her like, don't worry about the gap. Just do what you need to do. Just make it to the end of your stint, and then we'll take it. And then once we get the car, we'll just take it from there. And and I really had to try my best to keep the team together because they were such nervous wrecks, and like that's valid because I would be so nervous too because that's just not in your control. Like all these disconnects, like that's not her fault. That's something that's completely on the ISP side. Like she can't do anything and she can't predict them. So when I took the car, I decided to just go full on push. And yet I had to be super careful, and on the final lap, I nearly had an incident with a TCR car that would not let up. They would defend the position. They would just block. And I was like, what is your problem? I got so angry. Oh my gosh. And like, I was so angry and so just like locked in. I was so much seeing red that when I crossed the line, I didn't even realize I finished third. Like everybody was like everybody was celebrating, like, oh my gosh, you did it! Like oh my gosh, oh, like and people were crying in happiness, like, and I was like, and I was here like ranting like this TCR car has no idea what they're doing. Like this guy is such an idiot. Like he needs to move out the way. And it was like Ruby, like you give his podium. Like I am so pissed right now. This guy, he needs to be yelled at right now. Like I need to like get on his case. Like yeah, we were P3. Like I'm so angry right
but
now.
we're
I'm so
P3.
sorry. Yeah, like
the duality of a sim racing team. We made podium, driver. That TCR car had no idea what they're doing.
exactly, and they did not. Like I'm still pissed off at that guy. Like and they nearly like. And, like, they're nearly, like, oh my gosh. Like, I know I should have just stayed behind. But, like, you know, like, the guy behind us, the SRO guy, was, like, super quick. He was just, he was on it, like, every lap. So, we needed every little bit of pace we can get. Like, any little reprieve, we needed it. And so to run into that sort of thing, like, I hope that's understandable how angry I was. Because it was, like, I need to get going right now. Like, this is my race. Like they do see that in the relative that like that guy behind me is on my same lap and this is for position. And that guy was not battling for anything. He was battling for nothing. Like he was pretty much on his own lap, just riding around. Like I was heated. Like I was like if thank goodness I had no like access to like the official like race communication because I would have gone off on him. Like, thankfully there was no race voice chat, or else I would have gone off of that guy for ages. I would have called him so many things. But actually, the guy behind us, that S-Star Esports guy, I think he got wrecked by the same car, which is hilarious. Like, coming to the line, I think on the straight, like, I didn't even realize that he got wrecked. Like, he got caught up in some lapped car carnage. So, like, I think no matter what, we would have been safe. But I think in the moment, I was just so heated that I couldn't recognize it, and only until like a few moments later, like 10 minutes later, I was like, oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't realize that, you know, I mean I did realize I finished P3, but I was just, you know, I was just so caught up in my own frustration. Like it's okay, like you literally saved our race, like, and like I don't know, that was so, I felt so I felt so I felt so happy that they would say such a thing, that I was their legend, and I was like, you know, I was the one that saved the race, and I was the one that held them together, and like, you know, and like I was just there as a guest. So I was just trying to like, you know, not wreck the car. And so it was just amazing to have this. It was just amazing to have so many kind words, and everybody in X Ring just like, you know, congratulate me, and the whole team like just come together and just celebrate it. And just earlier this week, the trophy for my third place came in, and now it's just sitting on my shelf, and it's pretty surreal, especially for a sim race in China. Like it's pretty surreal to have like a real life trophy like in there to like keep reminding me of that last lap where I got so mad at that TCR car. Like that's it's always there as a reminder. But yeah, I have because I know that and it brings a lot of this up because X-Ring people were super nice, and
oh absolutely.
Yeah, like I know that some people have a bit of like I know that people have a bit of like run-ins with them, and I sort of understand like their viewpoint. But like I think for Midnight herself, I really do respect her. Like she has such a great vision to try and grow like VTubing, sim racing or racing VTubers in her own country of China. Like she wants to grow that as well, and she wants to get people started on that. Like she wants to get people their own model, and get people like, you know, rig their own rigs, not their own rig like racing rigs, but like their VTuber rigs, and like their own like branding. And so for what she's doing for her vision is absolutely amazing. And like sometimes it's been pretty rocky for her. Like but like I think I really do respect like Midnight's commitment, and that's why like I really do like being on X-Ring, because like it kind of reminds me of what I like to do, what I want to do with sim racing VTubing, is like just get more people involved, or at least more eyes on it, and show that like we're just as capable as other like sim racers, or we belong in the same sort of category as other sim racing VT or Twitch streamers. So I mean, yeah, it's I'm really, I was really glad to be part of that, and I'm really I'd be super glad to be part of any other future X-Ring stuff, and yeah, that's really it for that.
It's crazy too, because like some of the guys that like oh yeah, oh X Ring, oh yeah, Uma, and it's like I'll get heated. Like I've been heated at an X Ring driver on track.
Yeah, when have we not? Like
On track.
I think I've told you before once on track, of course, that I got so pissed off at midnight, like,
But like
and
there's a
yeah,
difference between on track and off track, you know.
yeah,
You have to separate, you know, the on track shenanigans from how you interact with them off the track, you know.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, and I think with Uma, like I think it's just Midnight's very young, like she's pretty young, and
Yes.
I think she just has a big vision, and I really do respect that she's actually going forward with it.
Oh,
Like she's
absolutely.
actually she's doing her best, and so and 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 I really do wish her the best, because it does remind me of how Queen Design does things, because they have coaches as well. They have other people trying to help, set up and such, and I think they have their own engineer, and so it's pretty cool to see that, like, as well, but on the VTuber side.
It's very fun to watch and to see everything going on. Um, what's it like to be back in Vtracc and dominating this season so far?
I hope the domination keeps up, because like I think the thing is that I have to miss the next round because I'm going to be doing Bathurst with STR.
Mm.
So my goal is to just score as many points as possible. And I have to dominate the races, if I have to set fastest lap every race, then I will do it. And like, and it's also, like I said, experimentation, so I could try other things. But like, at the end of the day, like, I'm trying to like maximize as much as I can. And like being back in Vtracc, it's just, I don't know. I find it like cool to be back in Vtracc with STR colors, really. Like, and I've always wanted to be involved in the series, especially as a commentator. Like I always was really like, ah man, I wish I could race with them right now. And I think one of the few reasons why I decided to step down from commentating track races was because I wanted to race in them myself. Like I'm like a racer at heart, honestly. So like seeing other people race, and I'm here having to commentate. It's like, especially when I became a VTuber, it's like, no, now I really want to become part of VTracc.
It's like I really want to race. I want to be down there racing, but I'm up here in the commentary booth.
Yeah, and so last season, I was not very happy with last season personally. Like obviously it was a good result nonetheless, but like especially with only doing 4 races, or even 3 races, I think. But I was very happy because I feel like I wasn't able to show like all of my pace. I
Mm.
was kind of messy. A lot of the time, I think I wasn't very consistent, and I wasn't able. And Miyato was pretty quick. Reina was pretty quick, like in general.
Oh yeah.
Uh, But I think I could have been able to match them. Like if I just was able to be more consistent, able to just put more commitment into it. And so coming into this season, I feel like I have a bit of a I feel like I'm coming in with a bit of a vengeance, but also just a bit to just sort of experiment, like I said before. Like this is my way to sort of figure out what works and what doesn't work for other ACC events that I need to do. And so I think just being a part of VTracc, and just being part of the grid again, and just being seen as being accepted as another competitor has been really nice. It's been really cool, and I always have fun every time I do VTracc. And I think the next round I'm going to do, I forget what's the next round, because I know this round is going to be brands, and I'm going to be missing that. But I think I think it's Nürburgring. So I think for me, it's going to be Nürburgring. So
Yes.
I've never been really great at Nürburgring, like the GP circuit.
Yes.
So that's going to be really interesting to see if I can keep up my pace.
I forget we have to like differentiate in ACC now because they added the Nordschleife last year.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be a very telling round to see if I'm able to compete for the championship, because Midnight has also told me that she's going to be missing the final round of Vtracc because she's going to be doing Chinese F4 at Shanghai that same weekend. And so we're both on 4 rounds, I think. I think we're both on 4 rounds.
Okay.
So, actually, no. Wait a minute. So, she did Spa. So, she's going to be on 5 rounds while I'm going to be in 4 rounds. But thankfully I used like one of my drop rounds. But it's basically going to be a drop round plus 1 round that I haven't scored anything in. So, I'm going to be at a bit of a back foot. But it's not going to be as bad as if I didn't have a drop round. So, I still have a shot, especially since she's not going to be at Monza. But I still need to like perform. I still need to perform, and I still need to do my best. But I feel like I do the best when I have a lot of pressure on me. So I'm pretty excited about that.
What else has all been going on in the world of Ruby Nekomata, professional pro driver?
Oh my gosh. Actually, I've been getting more into the other side of VTuber stuff. I've actually, one of my closest friends, she goes by Katie now in the VTuber world. She just entered VTubing herself. And I've been collabing with her. I've been helping her with doing other stuff. And I've been getting in touch with another side of VTuber stuff. Because usually I'm in my own world of like sim racings and stuff. But now that I'm starting to like see this other side, because she's part of like Pokemon and other variety stuff.
Right.
And so now I see this other side of VTubing. And now it's like, I'm starting to touch on this other side of me where I'm like just casual. Not you just get to see Ruby from away from like, sim racing. So now like I've been collabing with Katie for like GeoGuessr stuff. I've been helping her get through Gran Turismo, which I think you didn't saw. Like I've been helping her like I think on Monday we did a Gran Turismo 4 together. I was bit of couch commentary, but also helping her.
Downforce doesn't apply until you go past 150 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh. That guy was unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like, it's cool if you want to give advice, but you don't got to be a dick about it, to be honest. And he was being like a real butthead about it.
Oh no, absolutely. Plus, like half the stuff he was saying made no sense.
Yeah, like downforce doesn't affect anything under 150 miles an hour. Like, I don't know about that one, Chief. Just add the toe and how Formula Student is like worthless or whatever, and I don't know. And he claimed he had 3 world records in Gran Turismo.
Yeah, and he drove a hold on, I have it right here. I have
Porsche 924.
Yeah, I drive the 924 in real life. I know what I'm talking about.
It's funny because the 924 has a little spoiler on the back.
I know. Oh, it's like the guys are like, oh yeah, no, the Supra doesn't need a lot of downforce. I'm like, you do know that there's a tiny little spoiler on the back of the Supra, right? Like right there on the trunk lid, there's that little lip for the spoiler.
Yeah.
These guys are like, oh, there's no downforce on the Supra. I'm like, yeah, that back end says otherwise, my friend.
Oh my gosh. And like I don't know, that guy was pretty funny. And then he got annoying, so I just muted him. I mean, I timed it out, and then he didn't show up anymore. So thankfully, there's that. That was that. But it's been fun. Like it's been fun, like getting one of my closest friends into the side of VTubing. Even though it isn't sim racing VTuber stuff, I still feel like it applies. Like getting to know like how to work, get the stream in, how to get a schedule, like how to get the model working, and all that stuff. And it's been working out for both of us. And we actually opened up a server that we both share, and it's like we share it, and it's like split down the middle. Like it's such a contrast between like the Katie side, which is like Pokemon, like Nintendo stuff, and then my side was just like sim racing, and she has her followers and I have my followers, and they've been integrating together, and it's been super cool to see like these two sides, these two like even other VTubers in the scene been like sort of talking against amongst each other, and I learned so many new things. Like other VTubers or other people I know that I didn't know that were like Pokemon or like this side, or people that actually took an interest to what I do, or maybe people on my side that take an interest to what Katie does. And so like having this cool like split, like not split, but like having this cool like contrast, like has honestly brought even more people together, which is so like weird to think about, but it works out. Like it works so well. And you know, and she's just been having so much fun with it. I've been having so much fun with it, and like I've been rooting her on. And yeah, and I hope I get to collab with even more VTubers on her side as well, that aren't necessarily sim racing VTubers, that are just, you know, variety VTubers that do whatever else. Like I've already talked with Astral Rose, and we're gonna do a collab.
Okay.
Like, and she doesn't do any sim racing stuff. I'm gonna do like so I don't know. I've never heard of Slate Aspire, but apparently I'm gonna be just, you know, I'm just gonna be hanging out with her, and she's been really cool. And I've known Evie now. She does Yakuza stuff. I love Yakuza. I love the game series, and she loves the game series, so we both share that. And it's just been great to hear like Katie share like what I do, and then now I could share what she does to my viewers. And so it's just been that's just been pretty surreal in general, just having these two sides come together. It's like when worlds collide.
Oh, it's like I'm trying to get back into talking with some of my friends from before I was doing sim racing stuff, because I want to try and collab with them again. And like one of the games that I got for a Christmas gift from a friend of mine was Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Oh my gosh, I heard of that game.
It's so good. I've not played it yet, but I want to. And I want to like I want to be able to stream it and like collab with a friend of mine, just to be like, oh hey, how do I do this?
Yeah, like it's so funny, like that I'm so lost in every other game. Like Katie's gonna try to teach me how to play Pokemon, and I'm probably gonna look like so clueless, like super duper clueless. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna embarrass myself so much. But I'm just really happy to see like other people enjoy doing VTuber stuff, especially because like I don't know. So that's what's been going on, honestly. And other than that, I can't really say anything else other than like just regular life stuff. Like, oh yeah, and I did release a mod for TXR Tokyo Extreme Racer that just came out. That's been blowing up for some reason. I don't know why it's blowing up so much. Like I literally did, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is the best mod ever!" It's like I've literally just like changed the like lines of text, and people have been like making like cars for it or making like body kit mods for it, and all I've done is like the most simple thing. And like all of a sudden, like I'm getting the most attention. Like, wait a minute, like what the hell? And so, but people have been liking it, so that's been going on. And also, I've been helping out with another community of mine called RHU, which is just a forum game. I probably will go into later detail of it later because I'm kind of on a tight schedule right now because I gotta go soon. But like, yeah, like I've been trying to balance a lot, and it gets tiring. But oh my gosh. You know what? I'm pretty happy with how things have been going, and I'm just, you know, I'm pretty lucky to be where I'm at right now, and I hope this keeps working out.
All right, I got one last like. The world depends on your answer for this question.
Okay.
Cookies or waffles?
Cookies.
Cookies? Ooh, okay.
Yeah, cookies. I don't know. I don't know. I never really liked waffles as much as like pancakes as like a sugary breakfast. So I would have to go with cookies.
Any specific type of cookie?
Either chocolate chip or, you're gonna hate me for this one, oatmeal raisin cookies.
Oh no!
I don't know what's wrong with oatmeal. They're so good.
There's nothing wrong with it. Pardon my voice, because yeah, that's still happening. Hopefully with antibiotics that stops at like by the end of this weekend. But no, I have no problem with oatmeal raisin. I actually do like oatmeal raisin. My issue with oatmeal raisin is when they're in the same exact bowl as the chocolate chip cookies.
Well, that's just like a double whammy. That's just two great things for me. Like that's like best of both worlds. I would happily devour that bowl.
My problem is I go to reach for a chocolate chip and I bite into it. I'm like, that's not chocolate chip.
Oh my gosh, I don't understand because that's heaven for me, honestly. So I don't know. Maybe other people would disagree with me, but if there was a bowl mixed with chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin cookies, like I would not be any happier. Like that, like I would be, you know what? Like maybe I would get surprised, like, oh, that's oatmeal raisin, but I'd be like, oh, that's oatmeal raisin. Oh, cool.
It'd be like the 50-50 challenge.
50-50 challenge? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 50-50 challenge, but with cookies. The bowl has chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin in it. You have a 50-50 shot of getting either chocolate chip or oatmeal raisin.
Yay!
Ruby gets 100% satisfaction, no matter what.
It's gonna be so unpopular, I just know it. But I love oatmeal raisin. I don't know why people hate it so much, but
leave a comment about how wrong Ruby is about oatmeal raisin.
I'm gonna have to argue with people with it. Like honestly, what's wrong with oatmeal raisin? I don't get it. It's so good. But yeah,
it is good. Like I said, my only issue is like when I'm expecting chocolate chip and I think it's chocolate chip, and then it's not.
I guess that's fair.
I mean, other than that, I actually do like oatmeal raisin. It's not bad. It's just that when you think and you're expecting a chocolate chip and it's not, I wouldn't say bad. It's just like, oh, this is this is disappointment.
Well,
but like,
I'm
the actual flavor is good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to argue with people in the comments, but yeah, I gotta go run now. But thank you again for having me on the podcast again. And I know that you had me once again, and then I know that the Global Esports Games that happen yet. I'll update everybody soon on what happens afterwards. But thank you. Like I just had so much to share, and I just wanted to come back and yeah. I hope I was enjoyable enough because I don't know if I think I yapped too much about too much like boring things.
Professional yapper.
Yeah, I'm the yapper of STR. they know me like that. Actually, no. There's one other person that yaps more than me.
Oh
but,
no!
I won't name them.
I won't name them, but there's not someone worse than me.
Yeah, if you think I yap a lot, you just wait.
Awesome. Thank you again, Ruby, for joining me for another episode. It's good to have you back, and I can't wait to have you on again to go more in depth about other stuff. Because yes, we're going into the nitty gritty.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. And as always, this has been another episode of Racing Vtuber Rundown, your podcast for all things Racing Vtuber news and related. Remember to keep it pinned.